Mikey Again was struggling with dropshipping for 1 year straight.
So I got 0 customers. I still didn't get any sales, but I know I'm going to make this work.
He didn't make a single dollar in profit over a time period of 12 months. However, a couple of months ago, I decided to step in and help out. He made $7,000 in pure profit last month. We got him there with a very specific strategy, and I'm not surprised that he's actually doing the numbers he's doing right now, because I just saw that he's a person who's going to execute exactly what we're going to tell him, and he's going to properly do the strategy exactly like it's supposed to be done. The only thing he needed was just a proper strategy. In this video, we're going to reveal exactly how he did it, what the strategy was, and there's going to be a bunch of juicy details about a bunch of different things which you've never heard of on YouTube ever before.
Welcome to the channel back. The first time we actually talk about
Let's go.
Yeah, first time we talk about actual, real, decent numbers now with you. So maybe,
Yeah.
I mean, for people who don't know you, which I assume it's not going to be many, but you can introduce yourself, maybe quickly summarize your journey, how everything has been going for you in dropshipping, and yeah.
All right, so I started about in January 2022. Well, technically, I started around 2020, and then, well, I don't know if I can say it on YouTube. The cough, I started around that time. I learned how to make a Shopify store, maybe tested around 1 or 2 Facebook ads. Nothing worked, and then I stopped. And then on January 2022, I decided, let me start seriously. So I started. I didn't have any money, so I started with TikTok organic. Think for 1 or 2 months, and then I got a little bit of money, and I started with testing ads, and then I went back to organic, and then I went back to ads, and it was a disaster basically for I don't know how many months, till 4, 5, 6 months ago, until I made a YouTube video, and then I mentioned you in it, and then you saw the video and then you reacted to it. And then from there, we started talking, and then, it happened.
Yeah, I mean, the cool thing about the whole thing was that you documented the entire journey. You documented everything from the start, basically, just going to your channel. You started a year ago and everything.
Yeah.
And constantly basically making videos how shit everything is going. And yeah, round about here, somewhere in between this video and this video, we actually had the call, started to work together a little bit. It was a gradual process, but yeah, how's everything going now?
Well, good is going great. It's going great. Everything is up right now. All right. So this is my main first official winning product, verified by Michael Bernstein himself. This isn't even everything. 13K. This is just February.
This month. Yeah.
This month. So if I add January, it's right now almost at 20K. So,
and this is purely organic, right?
Yeah, everything is TikTok organic, no ads at all. So the margins are crazy, literally 45 to 50% is profit.
Yes.
Yeah.
How does that feel, man?
Honestly, it hasn't really clicked. It's hard to believe it until you do it, and even now that I've done it, I still don't believe it. Right now, it literally looks like a number on a screen. Literally just like what all the other YouTubers show. It literally just looks like a number on the screen. It hasn't really, nothing has changed in my life. So I haven't really felt it, but finally, bro. I don't even it's literally so many people do this. They've been doing they'll do it for so long, how many months, and it's a lot worse when there's no one around you doing the same thing. So there's no one to keep you going or anything. So literally 1 day in 2 weeks, 1 day in every 2 weeks, you just be doubting yourself and everything. like people don't really talk about that kind of stuff, but like it's how does it feel? It feels good. It feels great. It feels amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but it's interesting that you say that with the whole doubting yourself when you're doing it by yourself. I mean, tell about like talk about your experience over the last like 10 month or 1 year or whole or long ever you did it by yourself. How did that feel to constantly do everything by yourself and just not know what the actual problem is? Like, what did you think about maybe switching up the business model? Did you think about just constantly switching up strategies or whatever? Like, be honest here, like it's not admitting to quitting or something, but I personally definitely had those like thoughts in the beginning.
Yeah. It's literally you do it because I think on average how everyone starts is okay, I'm going to do this for this amount of time, and it will definitely work or something. Even if it doesn't work, I'll get somewhere. That's how people like mostly start. And then you start and then you do it for a while. You maybe 1 or 2 days you see something, and then like basically overall nothing is working. And then in your head you're like, the main problem is you never blame yourself. So you're always like trying to figure out what's wrong. Oh, maybe the ad strategy is not working. Maybe Facebook has shadow banned me. Maybe TikTok, my you blame everything else except yourself, and you just keep finding problems, keep switching strategies, and it just becomes a mess until like you either give up or find someone who's doing it to show you the way. And I picked the better option.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I think that's probably the biggest part in general because in the beginning, you're gonna like everybody, you do drop shipping, and obviously nothing's working because you have no clue what you're doing. So you're starting out, you do something, it doesn't work. And now you need to like ask yourself, why does it not work? And there's so many variables which could actually be the problem. It could be the product, the strategy, the store, the ads, the platform, the business model itself, the person you're looking at on YouTube, maybe they're not legit, maybe they are legit, but talking to other people, like to more advanced people or less advanced people. You have no clue what the actual problem is. And this is the main thing, like the just the main thing about having some kind of mentor or some like person who's just telling you if you're going in the right direction. Because what we saw with you was very, very clear. You were just jumping around from thing to thing to thing to that. And that was the reason why it wasn't working. And after you've picked something which actually is working, now you just have to put in volume. It's really simple. You find one thing that works and do nothing else until you basically make it work. So in the beginning, you're going to be experiencing a thing where you do the right thing, but still don't make money. So you test, like you do your stuff and it still doesn't work. So what do you do now? Do you change the strategy or not? And now that you have a person who's going to tell you, look, this is the issue, just fix this, but keep the strategy, it's much more simple. And it's such a relief in your head that you just don't have to think about maybe the whole thing I'm going into just sucked. Like I'm doing the completely wrong thing. Yeah, I think that's generally the biggest thing. So yeah.
Yeah, because literally the one thing that switched everything, because I was doing organic for a few months with you guys and tested a few things, got a few sales here and there, a few viral, like 15 million views viral, only like 400 in sales, all that kind of stuff. So many viral videos, no sales, no sales, no sales. It literally got to a point where I'm like it's not working. Like again, back to square one. It's literally not working. And then I just had another interview with you guys, and then you said something that kind of switched everything, where like, made me change my perspective on everything. Where now I see it as everything is my fault. So if something goes wrong, I don't blame TikTok shadow ban. I just try and see, okay, maybe because the thing about TikTok is it shows you whether your content is good or not with the views. So instead of blaming it, you just look at the views and say, okay, what did I do wrong? Compare to other accounts and like, yeah,
Yeah,
try
for
and
sure.
figure something out.
For sure. And even later on, like a couple of months in, when you had all the views, but still the sales were coming in, you were still thinking about, maybe I should focus less on organic and maybe I should do this. And it was the same thing. I instantly told you, bro, you have something which is going in the right direction. We just need to figure out how you take the thing which is already working in terms of views and get it to convert. And that's
Yeah.
basically by getting into a passionate audience or a passionate niche and not selling something really general. And you managed to do that in a really great way
Yeah.
now. Like for you, what would you say were just like generally the biggest learnings throughout the last couple of months with working with us?
The biggest thing is definitely the mindset thing. Because even if it may not be the case, your best way of thinking is everything is my fault. Because
Yes.
most of the time, things will work out that way.
Because in the end of the day, that's also the only possible way how you can have at least some impact. If it's not your fault, you cannot do shit about it.
Yeah, yeah. Pay attention to the right people, learn from the right people. If you trust that person and you can tell, like you need to be like a good judge of character to tell if a person is legit. If you can tell he's good,
Mhm.
stick to his strategy. Don't sway, don't doubt, stick to it until it works.
Yeah.
And yeah,
For sure, for sure. People are expecting like a magic pill always. So you're always gonna expect, all right, you're gonna start working with Michael Bernstein, and all of a sudden he's gonna tell you this one thing, and you're gonna become rich. This is not how my program works. It's not what I'm selling. This is not how, in general, like everybody who's honest, they're not gonna tell you something like that, and it's just not reality. The thing which actually happens is you start doing dropshipping by yourself or instantly with somebody, but in the beginning you're going to feel lost anyways. And it's just going to be okay guiding you into the right direction, but you need to still do the work. Like
yeah.
you need, like it was not easy for you. I mean, you can talk about how your day-to-day life looks right now. It's like
Bro,
it's stressful.
bro, I'm dying. But like, yeah, first of all, that wasn't really the hard part. But like in the beginning, when I started working with you, we started with like, first thing was find 30 products. In my head, I was like, hey, oh, like I literally had to find 30 products in a week. And apparently that's not even a lot. Like you said. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I found 30 products. You picked some, I started testing them. And literally right now, the way my schedule is literally from like 8 a.m. to like 1 to 2 p.m. I'm filming videos. So literally at one point I was filming 3 videos a day for 6 products. Yeah, so 3 videos, so like from 8 to like 1 to 2 p.m. I'm filming videos. And then the other half of the day I'm doing product research and doing other stuff, fixing the website, blah, 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 blah. Literally like 10, 12 hours a day. Like, but like, I don't know, like it's definitely a lot easier now that there are numbers.
Mhm.
It's a lot worse when there's nothing and you have to do it for months and months and months. But like, yeah, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah. I mean, actually, it's interesting that you talk about the structuring your day stuff because you kind of implemented the structure of the day, which we basically teach. So you can also talk about that, like how do you structure the day? How did that help?
Yeah, literally before I was working with Michael, my day was disorganized. I didn't really plan out my days. So we started doing this Google Calendar thing where you kind of fill in it's basically like sorted into 15 minutes intervals where you just fill in the time intervals with what you have to do. And then just kind of plan out your day. When the day comes, you're not thinking, oh, what do I do here? What do I do here? It's basically a way to increase your productivity throughout the day. So you just kind of plan out your day, put in, I'll do this in this amount of time, do this in this amount of time, and yeah, like that.
Yeah. Since how long have you been doing this?
Ooh, how long? Few months. Started in November. Yeah, I started in November. But yeah,
Yeah.
November.
After you start doing that, once you don't stop. Like after you understand how much better everything is with a planned out week, planned out day, you just don't stop doing it. If you properly actually understand how much more you can get done, it's just a no-brainer. And I've seen this is a huge impact for a lot of people.
Yeah, because literally it's kind of okay. The way it's laid out is it's like a block here and then a block here. So
Maybe you can actually share like one of the earlier weeks where you don't share the current product.
Yeah. There we go. So like this how well now it doesn't look like this. There are not that many gaps. But like yeah. So let's say Monday, start around 8. So 11 a.m. on Monday, from 11 a.m. to 12:45, filming TikToks. So in that space of time, you're always thinking, geez, this. You're always thinking like, okay, I have the next thing to do. I have the next thing to do. So I can't waste time. That's what you're always thinking. You can't waste any time when you plan out your day like that.
You're under stress. You're under stress. You planned it for 2 hours and now you have to think, fuck, I need to actually manage to do that in 2 hours, because if I'm not going to be able to do that, now the next task, which in your case is a terrible example because it's still, but let's say the next task would actually be important, then that thing is going to be postponed again and then again and again. And if you have something which has a clear cut, for example, like a meeting where you have to be somewhere at 4, then you need to actually fit in everything, you know? So it puts you into stress, which is good here. What it also does is that you understand how long things take for the future, because now when you planned it out over and over again, you basically know how long it takes you to edit a video. And if you just do it without putting it in the calendar, you have no idea. And it just becomes easier and easier to actually plan out the next days after that. And also, it makes you see how much free time you have if you don't do this. Because if you really think about it, you're going to be doing like 4 or 5 times more, because you've put in all the tasks that you planned out to do today into like a 3-hour spot, and you're like, fuck,
yeah,
I have 5 hours left. What did I do for the last month? You know?
Yeah.
So, and it also, it feels like you were doing everything. Like it feels like you're super busy, you're working 10 hours per day, but in reality, it's not real work in the beginning. And I remember this for me, it was the same thing. Like for me, it was really, really bad. When it started to work, it was much worse than when it was not working. Because when it started to work, the only thing I was doing is just refreshing Shopify over and over and over again, just looking at my ads and just like checking everything, and I'll be just literally like wasting my time on bullshit. But yeah, like I wish I would have started with like the structure way earlier than I actually did. But for you, what's the goal for, let's say, the next 3 to 6 months where you actually want to be at with all of this?
First of all, get consistent, because 7-8K profits this month, it could literally just go to nothing next month. So I'm very aware of how quickly things can go down. So I'm not like joking around at all. So literally the first step, try and get consistent. Worry about making bigger numbers in like 2 to 3 months time. But like 6 months, I don't want to say 100K because I know you say that's too optimistic. But like, yeah, that's definitely.
It depends. Like you can get there. It just really depends on the cash flow. You know, like you're not. I assume you're not going to get to 100K a month with organic only, so you're going to need to have ads. And for ads, you definitely need to work your way up there. And also to scale to 100K a month, you're going to have like a bunch of stable things in terms of payment providers, Facebook accounts, like all of those things need to be in place. If they're in place, go for it by all means, scale. But just like don't rush it. And also the goal, me personally, I would not even think about revenue goals. I would only think about profit goals. You don't care about 100K a month. It's just a number which you're going to show on YouTube, which is cool, by the way. But the real thing you care about.
Talk about profit.
Yeah, then no, then this is not really.
Yeah, we don't talk revenue here.
Yeah. Okay. No, so in the next 6 months, that's a little bit far-fetched. With the budget we have, I know around about the budget we have.
No,
So that's too quick. But also, this is actually interesting. When you started out with dropshipping, what do you think, how long it's going to take you until you get to like good numbers? When you just started out?
I was hoping to do it in 6 months. Because I literally had a year plan. Because like I told my parents I'm taking like a gap year. So it has to work in a year. Like that was the plan for the beginning. It has to work in a year. And then getting to the end of the year, it wasn't working. I was like, So yeah, I was panicking. But like, yeah, 6 months is what I was hoping for.
And did you have like a specific number in your head? How much you're going to do in 6 months?
Enough to show people that, so probably like 5K profit a month.
Yeah.
Enough. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. So what I'm seeing in general, like this is actually a pretty realistic goal. If you're starting out right inside of 6 months, you can definitely get to 5K profit per month. But I'm seeing that a lot of people have unrealistic goals in the beginning, and they think that they're just like they think next month they're going to get rich, and it's always this thing where they just have to change this one last thing, and next month they're going to get rich, and next month everything is going to change, and they don't have this like higher time window. But for you, like, what would you say is the main reason beginners in general fail?
I don't want to give just one reason. No guidance, ego. You think you know a lot when you literally know nothing. Not believing enough to put all your efforts into something. Like it's a lot because you might think you fail, so you won't put all your effort into doing it, and then in the end you fail anyways. So like, yeah, those kind of things.
Yeah. No, for sure, I agree. And I mean, now that you do have this YouTube channel, I mean, you also built some sort of community, basically, and maybe talk about their experiences with like what they say about dropshipping. Maybe you see it from the people who comment or you connect with. How is their dropshipping experience going if they do things by themselves or whatever?
Well, most of like the DMs I get, some of them are like, does this even work? Does this even work? Blah, blah, blah. Some people believe it and it doesn't really work for them. Some of them, basically, most of them struggle with, first of all, finding products. Because the thing is, if you're not into dropshipping for at least a few months, you don't know what saturation is, first of all. So maybe if someone sends you a list of products, all of them will be saturated. That's the first thing. And then maybe once they pass that barrier, you need to figure out what products provide like real value to people. It's not always about problem solving products. That's something I've learned. Like it doesn't have to solve a problem. It Well, on TikTok it kind of has to have a wow factor. But it doesn't generally have to have a wow factor. But like it just needs to provide some real value to the customer. And yeah, that's for the products. And for the mindset, you just don't believe in yourself.
And also it's pretty easy to not believe in yourself in the beginning because most people are actually right. Most people shouldn't believe in this in themselves because they're not going to make it work. Like in the end of the day, if you look at dropshipping as a whole, like over 90% of people fail miserably and they test it or they don't even get started. They just watch YouTube videos. And at the end of the day, it's very comfortable to just sit there and watch YouTube videos and dream about how you're going to have like so many sales and you're going to be rich and whatever. But at the end of the day, like most people don't take action, and you like I think it was really interesting to talk about your stat with like the affiliates you have with the page fly or whatever it was. Most people sign up and they don't even start advertising. Like,
Bro, like literally, I don't know how many accounts signed up for the page fly thing. Literally less than, let's say, like 10% continued their store. Almost all the other stores were closed. I think it's way less than 10. Like,
and this is reality. This is reality, and also you have to think this is your competition. Like those
yeah, it's
guys
good for
are the
us.
competition. It's not that bad. If you actually are a person who's really dedicated and really wants to make it work, this is your competition. This is the guys you're competing with. People who test it out or don't even test it out and still quit. So I'm good with that. But yeah, I mean, also I think a big part of all of this was a couple of contacts which were relevant in terms of the suppliers or just other people in general. Maybe like for me personally, it helped out a lot when I started to receive like through this mentoring program. I gained a lot of new contacts as well because everybody brings their kind of little circle with them, and it just expanded mine. Maybe you can also talk about how that impacted your thing.
Well, first of all, shout out William. Wait,
William.
does William like watch these things?
No. He barely speaks English, I think. He's doing default Google Translator.
The main person besides you is definitely man like Jacob. Jacob is the organic goat. Right now, I have a video that's doing like 11. Right now, it's at 11 million views, and I posted it yesterday. Literally, I showed him the video when it was at 700K views. I literally played the first, I don't even know, like 2 seconds of the video. It was like, yeah, this is good. This is good. And then literally, I woke up the next day, it's at 6 point something million views. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know how long he's been doing it for, but like, he just gets it. So
yes, Jacob is a blessing. It's really interesting how you've used those videos because he's showing me a video and I don't spot a difference. He's showing me like 2 videos and I'm like, yeah, both is fine. He's like, bro, don't you see this is shit and this is amazing? And I'm like, no, why? So he has this eye. Like for me personally, I'm gonna be honest here. I'm not the best at organic in general. Like I'm more of an ads guy overall. So that's my kind of expertise. And Jacob just gets it when he sees a video which is either gonna go viral or not. Like you could literally show him a Google Drive folder with 50 videos, and he's gonna be able to predict which one of those is gonna be doing the best, which idea is the best, which editing is the he understands what goes viral and what doesn't. And
his head is going to be so big.
yes, he's mega wide. But I understand from like theoretically I understand how he sees it because I have a similar thing with ads. When I see a product, sometimes it's just a banger, and I'm seeing this with my little brother too. We're also going to have like an interview soon with him, but I connected you with him. By the way, definitely set up a call with him. But anyways, he tested the last week. Like he tested like in the last 2 weeks or so, he tested like 4 products on Facebook ads. 4 winners, one after another after another. All of them are winners. And it's just this like the eye for bangers, products, ads, etc. And you develop that over just seeing a lot of things. And one thing which I definitely see, which Jacob does really well, is he kind of shortens the learning curve by learning not from his own things. Like he's actually putting in a lot of time and studying what works for other people. And I'm constantly seeing him sending me this clip from this, and he's like, "Oh my God, this is so good because of this." And then he implements this thing into his videos, and he's constantly doing that over and over again. So yeah, shout out to Jacob for sure.
Goats. First and last time you get a compliment.
Yeah, no, but for you, what do you think? Why do the products which work for you, why do they work versus the other ones? Like, do you see a difference, or would you say it's just you don't have that feel yet?
I don't want to say like I figured it out because I definitely haven't. But one thing I've noticed is, first of all, the product has to have some kind of virality to it. Otherwise, you'll struggle. Because literally the first product, you remember the some door sensor thing?
Yeah.
It was, maybe it would have done well on ads, but like it wasn't really a good viral product because it didn't really have that viral factor. So first of all, that's like one thing. And then after you've gone past that viral thing, that's where the real value thing I'm talking about comes in. It needs to make the people watching feel something. Like the emotion part of it is really important. Because literally not just the main product I'm doing, the second product as well. It's literally like when people see the video, the way it makes them feel, the emotions they feel, makes them want to purchase. So like those are the kind of product you want to look out for. It needs to get that kind of emotion, like I need this and all those things. Yeah, no,
that for sure. But also coming back to the context thing, I think that's also really interesting to talk about. For me, I've just generally seen that there's always going to be some little nugget I get from somebody if I connect. And it's just generally a good idea for everybody to connect with as many people as possible. And for me, it's also important to be honest with my weaknesses and my strength. And if I see, for example, I cannot help you with getting a video viral specifically for organic because I have people who can do that, I'm just going to connect you with them. And it's the same thing. I don't have a warehouse in China. I'm going to connect you to my supplier. I don't have like all of those things. And you just need to understand, like for everybody watching this needs to understand, this is part of this whole program thing. If you if you are in the program, you have the connection to the top students, to the people who already experienced whatever problem you had. And obviously, I didn't experience every single problem ever, but I know somebody who did, because over the course of like the last couple of years, we've just seen so many different people from so many different countries where nothing is really surprising to me, and we have like really weird problems when even like some guy from India getting blocked on their payment thing, or they have to pay extra taxes on Facebook because they live in this specific state.
Bruh.
Weird things you have never heard of. You literally, for example, if you live in Ireland, you have to pay 19, like actually even more, like 23% on top of your Facebook ads, because Facebook is also from Ireland. I had no idea until I saw the first Irish person, and like because it's
Jeez.
VAT, basically you just have to pay extra. So
Yeah.
all of those like weird small details, and you're like, fuck, what's the solution for that? But we have one, because I just saw, like, we just learn from each other. And yeah, that's also something which is crucial with dropshipping. But what do you think of dropshipping now? Again, like before that, did you ever think to switch the business models?
Not to stop dropshipping, because like I definitely kind of forced myself to make it work, because there's nothing else really piques my interest. Affiliate marketing is there, but like you don't really have all the control. Like as social media marketing is there, but like I'm not gonna lie, I don't like talking to people. I don't like talking to people, like cold calling and all those things. So like dropshipping felt like it was the only one of the only options I had. So I had to make it work.
And how come you did the YouTube channel from day one? Like, why did you? What was the purpose behind it?
Bro, I needed money. Yeah, I'm joking. First of all, I had a YouTube channel before this. So YouTube is something I've always like done and wanted to do. So
Can you share that one? Or
have I
not
shared it all?
on
I can, but like I can actually, yeah. I can. A little exclusive for the Michael Bernstein audience. That's me right there. This was my first channel. So I started like Fortnite music video stuff. And
I didn't even know, actually.
yeah, no one knows. I haven't told anyone. Yeah, so yeah, I did kind of okay with that. I got the play button, nice and everything. Like,
So this is
and
where you
then,
learned YouTube from the get-go.
yeah. And then
When
it
did you
kind of
start
died
that?
off. When did I start? Years, more than 3 years, 5 years ago. Yeah, 5 years ago. Yeah. There were even
Interesting.
more I've hidden. Yeah.
How much does a channel like this pay? If you don't want to share it, you
Oh,
can
it's
also blur
I don't
whatever you
mind,
want.
but like I don't mind.
Yeah.
But like it's dead. Bro, it's so dead. That's another kind of reason why I thought it was a good idea to make the YouTube channel. Because I know affiliate dropshipping niche and stuff is really good. It's so dead, bro. Look at the views.
What?
It's so dead. Like the CPMs are all the CPMs.
Yeah, this is not worth it.
Not the CPMs. Well, they were like $3 CPMs or so. I don't know why it's not showing, but like it's like $3 or so. It was dead.
Yeah.
And I knew dropshipping, the CPMs are good.
Were you selling anything here? Like any gaming things?
No, I tried doing merch, but like it didn't work. I didn't really
You
have
try?
like an audience. I tried selling merch like clothing and
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
but it didn't work. So
Got
this
it.
is literally all.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So that was just generally the first attempt of making money online.
Yeah. And I've made like 10,000 channels. Most of them haven't worked out, but this was like the first one that kind of worked out. So yeah.
Crazy, I didn't know. So you did the personal brand. Okay, so then you decided to do the personal brand for dropshipping specifically. Like, what was the long-term play here?
I definitely still wanted to do YouTube. Like, I don't know, like YouTube, I like YouTube is fun. Like YouTube is fun. I definitely wanted to do YouTube, but I still didn't know what to do. I didn't know what content to make. And then I was like, you know what, since I'm doing dropshipping now, I kind of know how to make videos. Why not? No one is really doing it. Like in my position at the time, there was no one that like is doing it like that. Like no one is showing their failures and everything. I was like, why not? Why not just show it and see what happens? Just tell the truth for once, show everything. And yeah, I just decided to do it. And then my first video with the Ecom King, shout out to Ecom King, blew up. And then from there, I met Michael Bernstein.
Yeah, the personal brand thing in general is really helpful. Like the only reason why we connected is obviously that. And I think in general, like documenting the journey is something really, really cool because I actually want, I'm really pissed that I didn't do it. And I got more pissed when I saw you do it really well because I was like, fuck, I wanted to do exactly that. But it kind of slacked and I was focusing only on dropshipping itself. And it was just an idea, you know?
Yeah, but it's not easy. It's definitely
Yeah,
not easy. So
yeah.
like I get why. Because you literally have to put hours into two completely separate things. It was kind of easier for me because I already know how to do videos. So I'm sure a lot of people want to do it, but like you actually have to learn two things from complete scratch. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. For you, what would you like? What's the long term play here? Like, what's the, let's say, 5 years, 10 years? Is the goal to still do drop shipping, YouTube, or is
No,
it
no,
something completely
no,
different?
nah, nah. Nah, dropshipping is purely money only.
Hmm.
I want to make the money with dropshipping. Honestly, like the YouTube channel is like journey to 1 million. That's like on my description. So that's kind of the goal with dropshipping.
Hmm.
But like maybe I don't know I don't really have a plan. I don't know what will happen. We'll see what happens. But like after I get to 1 million, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, okay. But looking back to the beginning, over the first like year, what would you say were the main mistakes? Let's go with this like specific about the product you tested or how you tested them, or generally what you did. What would you say, like what specifically did you do wrong in the beginning?
First of
Besides the
all,
switching strategies, etc. We had that.
honestly, I'll say that kind of played a big factor because, like, literally, there's this, the gravity pen. There's literally like a pen made of magnets thing. It was one of the first products I picked, and I started testing it on organic. Thing is, if I still kept posting, I probably would have made something with that because literally a few months later, I made like 1,000 or 2,000. I made some money with it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, like the switching strategies thing is a big thing. But like apart from that, if I go through all my earlier video comments, like literally everyone is saying like he picks the worst product, like who's going to buy this product? Because in one of them, I was selling like some faucets attachment thing and I was selling it on TikTok. So like there's like a mismatch of audience and like the products definitely were disastrous. But yeah, it was mainly the products were awful. If I found like a decent product, maybe I would have gotten something.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. Like most people have no like the product selection is a huge issue for most people, and it really is not simple. In the beginning, you're starting out, and there's a lot of things which you can focus on, which feel super simple, like making a store or designing things or making the LLC or doing your product page. Like, there's a lot of things which are kind of like it's simple. You understand what to do. And this is also the reason why most people are putting in so much time and effort into those things. And I'm obviously, like when I say stores don't matter, whatever, obviously stores matter. I'm not saying it doesn't matter completely. I'm saying that you cannot put in so much time into something that like little of like, a thing with this little of relevance. Because the product, if you have a banger 10 out of 10 product, you will still make money with an okay store. And as long as you have good ads and a good product. So the focus needs to go in there. And sometimes it's just so easy to do simple paths which are very clear. And those are unfortunately some of them. And it's just more fun. Like I understand why people are doing it. It's just fun to design something and find the best pictures, make it like a little cool logo, write the description. It's kind of fun. And finding a
Yeah,
product is so not fun because you have to hours and hours of scrolling and scrolling and
bro,
scrolling.
it's so
Yeah,
that making like the thing about websites, yeah, definitely right. Like it doesn't really matter that much because like one example I have is like Jordan Welch. His brand, like in one of his viral vocals, he told us that like his main brand, Sleep Band, his first like store was like a really basic, typical dropshipping store, and the conversion rate was so high. But the thing is, when he switched to like a more branded store and everything, the conversion rate went down. Actually, like making, which was very weird, but he was kind of making more money with like upsells and stuff. But like in general, the conversion rate went down. So it's like yeah, you shouldn't worry too much about the store. Just don't make it look like a scam. Don't use some random logo. Like it's some a few days ago, some people sent me some websites and like they're like, yo, I think I kind of know what I'm doing here. I was like, bro, the logo is some completely different thing from the like it was horror. It was shambles. The price was like $1. There was no description. It doesn't have to be the best website in the world, but like just
baseline. As long as we hit the baseline, everything above that is okay. Below that, it
yeah,
needs to be improved, of course.
yeah,
But yeah, no, I've been seeing a lot of similar things, which is like stores which sometimes they don't have to look pretty, but they convert much better because they're just salesy. And
yeah.
they just push like the offers much better. And also the offer, that's the big thing. The offer actually matters a lot. Like the offer is something which we've seen so many like decent products go into profitable. And whenever you have a breaking even product, you need to change. Like something needs to be changed. It's not just that you waiting. And a lot of people also like when they do ads, they have this understanding of that you're buying data to later on be profitable. This is not how it works. You cannot buy your
Mhm.
way into being profitable. This is not the strategy you should ever go. Okay. The strategy is always you test, it doesn't work, you change something about something to get closer to profit. And it's a big misconception because in the beginning you're going to test audiences, interests, product pages, offers, and products, and there's just a few things which needs to be changed. And in the beginning, you're not going to know what. So it's just going to be about identifying the problem, and in a lot of the cases, it is the offer, the ads, or the product. And that needs to be changed, and then also tested with new interests, etc. But also, you had like tons of issues with Facebook in general, right? Like with all the blocks, etc.
Facebook is I hate Facebook. Like honestly, I hate the thing is I hate Facebook, and now I'm actually starting to kind of want to do Facebook because TikTok is so inconsistent. But like literally every 5 seconds, like on my first first account trying to make any money with Facebook, as soon as you post an ad, rejected for some weird reason. You review it, it goes through. Okay, we're good. Next day gets shut down for like some dumb reason, and it's just Facebook is Facebook, but like the annoying thing is that it works. That's the annoying thing. I just
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
figure out how to make it work for me, which we are
It,
working on.
Yes. Is that better now, like with the new structure?
Yeah. So I have a new structure that Michael has sorted me out with. I haven't had any blocks yet, so we're good. Hopefully things work out.
By the way, you
Um,
can still get blocked. Like you like the structure is in place, not 100%. We have like a
yeah.
few things, but yeah, like
So it's literally set up so that if something goes wrong, you can literally replace something with something, and yeah,
exactly, exactly. Yeah, and after that, you just now you just need to become profitable. That's that's the part which is missing
yeah.
on Facebook stuff. Yeah. Do you have anything which you generally wanted to mention?
I wanted to say there's something about you that is very like you're very good at picking people, like Jacob and everything. William, blah blah blah. why did you take such a big risk coming to work with me? Because you know that even if I failed with you, I would have still posted it. So why did you take such a huge risk in working with me?
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting question. First of all, it's pretty obvious. Like the idea of me making a lot of money through you being a case study is obvious. So I'm 100% sure I'm not the only guy who thought about this whole concept. Like there's definitely other people in the e-com mentoring space who also thought about, hey, maybe I should help this guy. But the problem is that it's a very different thing to get one person from zero or not doing well to doing well versus having like 300 students and making one of them work and then posting that one video. That's a very big difference. Right? So it's a huge difference. And obviously, if you have so many students, someone obviously will make it work. It's not that like a case study, a testimonial is nothing special if you compare it to the amount of people who were in the program. Okay? So I am confident in one thing. If you do what I tell you, you make money in general, because I know if I start from scratch again, I'm going to make money again. I know that. Like I know for a fact 100% that I would make it work again, meaning that I just need to tell you what to do and you're also going to make money. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
If I do it, if you do it, whatever. And I just saw you struggling with ads over and over and over again. And also, by the way, I had a handicap. Like I still didn't give you like a full like strategy, which we're using in the program because that's such a specific niche audience, like niche strategy. And I understand that you're going to kind of go against your brand if you're not going to be able to publish what the strategy is. I don't want to put you in the position. I also don't want to ruin the strategy for the students. And that's why I basically thought to myself, okay, we're not going to use the main strategy, which definitely put me at a disadvantage. But I thought to myself, okay, what else do we have? We have Jacob, our golden boy, who's gonna turn things around easy. Because at the end of the day, I just saw him having a very consistent theme of going viral. Like he actually, it's the same thing. Like I'm telling you, okay, if you do what I tell you, you're going to make money. For him, if you do what he tells you, you're going to get viral.
Yeah.
So it's very clear. And I also like I wouldn't have done it with any random person on YouTube who has a following because like the people misinterpret a lot of things. And again, I keep plowing this down, but that this worked out was a big your responsibility. Like I'm playing a role into this, but it was you made it work, right? I just helped you make it work. So you were the reason why it worked in the end. All right. Somebody else wouldn't have done what you have done. And I understand that. And I've just seen through this journey of you getting like the main thing which convinced me was that you got blocked without results instead of still kept going. That's like worst case. That's actually the worst case scenario. We keep getting blocked. I've worked with a lot of people. I know this scenario, and it's a very easy scenario to play where you tested a product, it doesn't work. You don't see the results, and then you get blocked. And you test it again, and you get blocked, and you test it again, and you get blocked. No results were there, and you were fighting for the blocks without even knowing if after you get unblocked, you will get any results. So you basically get unblocked to start again from zero, which is a very, very tough spot. And that's kind of, I would say that's the hardest position to be in with dropshipping. That's like worst case. So that obviously there's even worse things where payment providers block you or PayPal blocks you or stuff like that. But overall, it's a really bad position to be in. And for me, I just know if you can actually get out of that position, that's cool. If you can manage that, then I'm also going to get you to good numbers, and you're going to do at least what I tell you as long as you trust me. You know, so
that's the big thing, guys. If you are signing up to Michael's thing, like don't question him, like so you understand why, but like don't go against, like do exactly what he says and it will work. It's some weird thing, like, but like it works.
So this is something that's also important, that you need to follow one line and not mix too many things at the same time. Like it's again the same thing where this is our strategy, do this, and that's it.
But another thing that definitely kept me going was the YouTube channel. Because like at the end of every month, I have to post something. So it's definitely kind of easier to keep going when you have something at the end of the month to show to people.
Yeah.
So I say that was kind of my advantage. But like, yeah.
Agreed. So this is also like actually an interesting point, because this is just generally about accountability. You have a YouTube channel, which is your responsibility to keep up with. And if you quit, you need to tell everybody, hey guys, I quit doing dropshipping. That's it.
Yeah,
I didn't make it work. Big L. And it's very simple to put yourself in a position where you're the thing. Just tell everybody you're doing dropshipping, you're gonna make it work until it works. Tell all your friends, all your family, tell everybody, and tell them that you are a bitch if you don't make it work. That's it. Like if you quit, everybody can, you give them the allowance to laugh at you. That's a very simple thing to hold you accountable. Now all of a sudden it's a different game. So
that's a good point. Point.
Yeah,
It's
like
definitely hard to do that.
Yeah, for sure. But now thinking back, also I would agree, because the similar thing held me accountable as well, where I told my family instantly after $50 in sales, I told everybody I'm not going to college. I'm doing this full time, no matter what. I'm making this work. That's it. There's no other option. And it was naive, and I understand now thinking back, it was really naive. So like it's maybe a dumb thing to do, and I had no clue if dropshipping actually does work. But that was the like one of the big reasons why I kept doing it. And I just understood, okay, they're not going to trust me again. I cannot mess this up. Like you just get so many chances. If I mess this up, the next thing is going to be all right. So now we don't trust you anymore. Now you do what we tell you. Now you go study. We think you should go study. So a lot of people complain about their family not being supportive of something like this, but they're 100% right. I keep telling this now. They are right. They don't trust you because you don't have a proven track record of you making shit work. Like how many successful businesses have you built so far? Nothing, zero. So why would we trust you that now all of a sudden you're going to make it work? If you watch somebody play basketball and they fail 25 times, you're going to bet on him losing the 26th time. It's a very obvious thing. So yeah, like just keep that in mind. Like for everybody who is in a position similar to that, where they feel like people are not supporting them, that's not their job. Their job is not to support you for no reason. They're logical, hopefully intelligent human beings who actually think, and they okay, they come to the conclusion that generally you are not to be trusted because so far you didn't hold up to the things you basically said. That's it.
The thing is, what you should do is, I got this, I don't know whether it was Luke Bellman or something that said this, or someone said this, but like you kind of have to like make yourself like deluded, kind of like have to be delusional in a way, because literally if there's no one around you that has done it before, no one is going to think you can do it.
Yeah.
And even you won't think you can do it. So like you have to kind of make yourself crazy in a way that, yeah, like no matter what, it will work. It will definitely work. Even though there will literally be days where you always doubt yourself, like you kind of have to kind of force your way into believing it, especially when there's no one around you.
Yeah, and especially if there's no one around you who was even close to your situation. Like even if you have your girlfriend or somebody who is there to support, still they don't know what you're going through. They don't know what a winning product is. They don't know what a Facebook block is. They don't know what it is to test 25 products and nothing works. They don't understand that. They just see it works or it doesn't, and that's it. They don't. And yeah, even but for me, there were a couple of crucial moments over the period of the dropshipping journey where I understood that I need to keep going. And the first one was just me making the first sale, like first one sale, first like overnight, the first $50 or so. I went crazy, understood. I have no clue what I'm doing. I still made money, meaning that I can make this work if I know what I'm doing. That was the first moment. The second moment was like one Black Friday where I just went crazy with Instagram shout outs in like 2000, I think 18. I think it was 2018. I went just crazy with Instagram shout outs where I made a couple of $1,000. And that was just like in one day, I made a few $1,000s, maybe like $300 in profit, which was just insane to me. And then that was the reason why my Facebook pixel got warmed up and it crushed. And I warmed up my Facebook pixel doing that. And then I just started Facebook ads on literally January 1st. And it just instantly blew up like crazy. First month, over 70K, 25K profit. It was insane.
Jeez.
And it was wild. It went just like, actually, when I can even show you the store back in the day how it started.
Oh,
Could be
wait,
pretty
was it
interesting.
like the boxing?
Did I show you how it's, yeah, let me show you.
I haven't really seen it. So I've like seen the interviews and stuff.
And by the way, here also goes a big shout out to my man Chris Clark OB. I don't think he's still around in the dropshipping space, but he helped me to start things out in the beginning. So here you see, I was just doing something, nothing was working, 6K half a year, nothing, pretty bad. Here,
6K,
well, in half a year, I changed up the strategy. Here there was a Black Friday, almost everything was done like in one day. The next month was also pretty good, and then January, it just blew
God
up.
damn.
Just blew up like crazy. We scaled so fast. We scaled on Facebook from like $800 per day to $8,000 per day in 5 days. So it's really, really quick. Conversion rate 5%, crushing it. It felt like luck. I had no idea if this is gonna keep working like this, but it kind of did. And over the next couple of months, we made around 400K. It was really profitable. It was the
Jeez.
very, very first time I ever saw results in dropshipping. And this was the first store which did well, like 150K month number 4 or something. It was insane. But it felt
What's
lucky
the
because it
average
was,
order
this one is fake, obviously. Like it's Shopify is nothing, but I had like 28,000 orders and made
Jeez.
like 400 divided by 20, $14 average order value. Really bad.
Jeez.
Really bad, by the way. But still,
I guess at that time,
yeah, but it was really profitable. Like we had cost of purchases of like $3, $2, everything was profitable. This was the product page. I started selling in the US, then I moved over to Brazil. That's why everything is in Portuguese. I thought that was a good idea because of the Brazilian MMA and boxing market is so big. But that was a terrible idea because there's so many credit card scammers in South America. It was bad. But yeah, this was basically the very, very, very beginning. And you can see the core stuff. It's a very basic store, nothing special at all. Really,
yeah,
nothing crazy at all.
basic store.
And 5% conversion rate. So that's basically that. And from there also, it took a while until I figured out how to do it like consistent, you know? It was not the easiest thing to, like this one thing was cool, but it didn't make me confident. It made me confident that this one product worked, but I needed to make sure that this is a strategy and not luck. So it has the next product, winner. It has the next product, winner. It has the next product, 3 in a row. Every single product that has a winner after winner after winner. Then after 3 in a row, I thought to myself, okay, it's not luck anymore. I start to understand what I'm doing here. It starts to become a system. And like a friend of mine, I helped him. Everybody all of a sudden obviously wanted to do dropshipping as well. So I helped one guy.
I wonder why.
I wonder why. But I helped one guy and he quit college and started to do it full time. I was like, yeah, I can actually make an impact here. I can change a person's life. Also can make a shit ton of money with this because so many people are in a job which they don't want to do. They want to have an online business. So it's the mentoring thing as well. And yeah, that's how it started. But basically, there were a lot of downfalls from there. It was not just me doing this and winner after winner, and then everything was great. But I lost 100% of my bank account. Every single dollar I made through this, I lost through stupid mistakes in a period of like less than 2 months. And because I was really dumb about it, and didn't do any profit tracking. I was spending like literally, I think I was spending like 4K a day, 5K a day, making 10. and then was not profitable because I didn't know my break-evens, and I was losing like, and then I only made like 8 or 9K per day for like 3-4 weeks, and every day I was losing like $900, $800, whatever. I don't remember exactly, but it was really, really bad a lot, basically everything. But the consistency, exactly what you said in the beginning, the consistency is a more difficult thing. Like you need to actually understand that you have to have multiple winning products, ideally branded, but at least multiple winning products. And also on top of that, you have to have like a proper ecosystem with the ads. Like, first of all, consistently long term, you don't want to do only organic, obviously. So you obviously want to do ads.
Yeah.
So for that, you need to have like a proper ecosystem where if you get blocked, it's not an issue, and also that you get less blocks. And then on top of that, you have to have stable accounts, which are not shadow bans, because to test, like you're going to see so many interesting things with a winning product. With a winner, you have very clear tests. You see one product which works, one ad set which works, so one audience, one ad, and one store. Like you have the whole funnel, it works. You test the same exact thing on another Facebook account and it doesn't work. And you're like, what? What happened here? Like it's the same exact thing, but it doesn't work. Meaning that the Facebook god can actually fuck you up. So the Facebook algorithm is basically, it's a huge deal in your performance, insanely big. So this is also something where some people test 25 products on one Facebook account, it doesn't work. Maybe they even had a great strategy, but it's just a Facebook account. So
Facebook.
yeah, it's just two very different things in terms of consistency or 1 month. And 10K profit per month doesn't equate into 120K profit per year if you don't keep up the grind.
Absolutely. I'm very aware of the fact that everything could go to zero. So I'm not taking any chances. This is so weird. Like you watch all the videos on your channel and you never expect it. And then it's actually your
To be
turn.
there.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
No, yeah, but I'm definitely really happy that it worked out. That you also followed the advice properly. Like you actually did a great job. Like you, even though we were a little harsh on you and we're shitting all over you for doing mistakes, still, like you actually did a great job. Like it's good what you did here, and definitely it was also not the easiest way in the whole organic thing. I just like for me, it was very clear that you have this gift of doing YouTube videos. And I instantly thought of organic just because of that. And then also Jacob hammered it down that you just have to do it exactly like your YouTube videos, which helped as well.
Yeah. If you guys want to join Michael's course, Michael's program, don't expect it to be easy. He is not going to, like, he's someone that doesn't joke around with anything. Like, don't go in expecting it to be easy. Expect to put in a lot of work, but if you do exactly what he says, it will work. He's that guy to me. I don't want to like say, but like he's that guy. He's that guy, to be honest. You two don't you and Jacob don't get, your head shouldn't get too big, but like you guys are sick. So yeah, click the link in the description, sign up for a free consultation.
No, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, man. No, definitely good one. Good one. Let's see how things are going to progress in the next few months. We're going to do an update interview in half a year, hopefully with your 100K profit per month. But
we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. All
right,
man.
Time to prove you wrong.
Yes. Almost there with your bundle things. But yeah, no. For everybody, if you're actually interested, if you are also willing to put in the work, you just click the link below the video, sign up for a call with me. We're gonna find out if everything is a good fit, and also you're gonna see below my videos like so many comments about us not calling you because you signed up with a bullshit application. I'm actually serious about this. We don't accept everybody, and we have people who are just writing in the application just random bullshit. Which if I see that you're not qualified, it's fine. I don't need your money. It's not a problem. Just try by yourself. Do whatever. I don't care. But if you're actually serious, put in time, put in the application properly, have a call with the guy who's going to do a setting call and is going to see if you're actually a good fit. And if you are a good fit, then you're going to have a call with me and we're going to talk about basically either starting or not starting with a program. And you're going to also be able to ask me questions about dropshipping, about the program or whatever you want. So yeah, if you're interested in that, click the link below and see you there. Mikey, it was good to have you here and I will talk to you very soon.
New YouTube channel coming out soon.
Let's see who wins the bet.
Jeez.